Introducing the Strucket. It's a strainer in a bucket, and it's the perfect thing to scour wool. This is the 19-liter Strucket. It has a removable strainer that fits snugly inside the bucket. This is the 4-liter Strucket, and it also has a strainer that fits snugly into the bucket. Okay, let's take a closer look at the Strucket. It's a strainer in a bucket. I love scouring in this one, and it's quite large. Let's show you what the dimensions are on this one. The height of this is 11 inches. That's pretty deep, right? And it's 15 by 12. So this holds a lot of fiber. This is how big the basket is. And you can scour right in here. You do not need a lingerie bag. Let it float free in the basket and it won't go down your drain. So this is really handy. This is 19 liters and it's available on the website right now, and I'll put the link below. And look out for the pop-up for 15% off today. And this is the smaller 4-liter Strucket. Again, it has a little strainer and a bucket and it fits right in. I use this to set my yarn. I use this after I dye yarn. I use it to pre-wet my yarn, pre-wash my yarn, anything. I also use it to scour smaller samples of wool, so that's what I use that for. Also, what I really like about the Strucket is, check this out. See these handles? These are ergonomic handles in the sense that this part of your hand, which is called your thenar muscle, fits right in there. You see how that fits right there? So you get a better grip on the bucket. Also, it has a little drain hole right here, and you just drain the water out of the bucket into your sink or outside or wherever you want to put the water that's in the bucket. Another little feature I wanted to show you on both of the Struckets: when you take out the basket, there is a lip on this side and there's a lip on this side. The lip fits on the side of the bucket. So you can just hook it on the side and drain the water inside the bucket. Or you can switch it to the other side. That's really, really handy. Okay, let's look at this one. You can put it on that side or you can put it on this side. Oh, and by the way, this one is excellent for washing vegetables and fruits. So let's get up a little closer. I'm going to show you how I scour wool in my Strucket. Okay, the Strucket's in the sink. Now, remember in my book, The Art of Washing Wool, Mohair, and Alpaca, you want to use a lot of water. Anywhere from maybe 3 to 4 times the amount of fiber by volume. I would say maybe have the fiber up to here, because the more water you have, the more water you have to hold all the lanolin and all the dirt. If it's packed too tight in the water, it's never going to get clean. This is a Pickwick Cotswold, and that's about how much I'm going to do. That's about 6 or 7 ounces of fiber. I can get the water up to here. I want a lot of water. I want this to float around. So that's how you want to scour all your wool. Use a lot of water. Okay, now that I've figured out how much I'm going to scour, I'm going to start filling this up with water. Another thing to remember too is you don't need to scour an entire fleece, and you probably won't get it very clean, because if you do an entire fleece, you're gonna have to do it in a massive vessel like a garbage can or a bathtub, and it's not going to get clean. Doing small amounts at one time, there's nothing wrong with that, and you're going to see that it's getting a lot cleaner. Okay, let me get this filled up and I will come back. Okay, it's all filled up. And today I'm going to be using Unicorn Power Scour. So I'm going to put some soap in and swish it around. Now, this is the best part of using a Strucket. I don't need a lingerie bag, because if I put fiber in a lingerie bag, it just doesn't get to the middle. So this is absolutely perfect. Okay, so here's the fiber. The water's nice and hot, and I'm just going to push it down until it's submerged. I'm going to be very gentle, especially if it's a fine grade Cormo, Rambo, Merino. there's a risk of felting. So I'm going to leave it be for about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll come back and take a look at it and see what's going on. Okay, time is up. Now, this is the part you need to be kind of wary about, but look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, I love Pickwick Cotswold. I just give it one last gentle push to get rid of the lanolin. Now, when you pick up the strainer, you pick it up. You don't want to dunk it up and down because that's going to agitate the fiber with soap in it, and you're going to end up with a felted mess. So you're just going to pick this up, let it drain a little bit. Now the fiber is going to come through the holes, but it's going to go back in once we put it back in the water. I'm going to set this over here. I'm going to take this outside and dump this lanolin filled water in my grass. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we've got the rinse water. Now remember, you want the water as hot as the water that you scoured in. I'm going to put this back in gently. And the fiber is going to go back in the holes, you'll see. Push that down in there. Again, don't dunk it. And then gently push the fiber down. Now, you may need to rinse this one more time because you want this water clear. Okay, we're all set. This was the dirty and this is the clean. Look at the sheen on that. Look how clean that is. It's so nice. This is so stinky. This smells so sweet. Anyway, I washed it in the big Strucket. You can also use the small Strucket if you want to wash smaller amounts. You don't have to use a lingerie bag anymore. You can just put it in the strainer and let it float free. Make sure and use a lot of water, usually more than you think you're going to need. A lot of water. Soap that is made just for scouring wool is really your best bet. All right, the Strucket is in stock. I have the link below in the comments. That is the 19 liter, that is the 4 liter. Happy scouring. Thanks for watching.